Layout mode is where you define the look and feel of your FileMaker solution. It's where you create your user interface. Layout mode is similar to a drawing program. You work with objects, you move them, you layer them, you resize them if necessary. The work you do in layout mode translates to all the other modes, into browse mode, find mode, and preview mode. So it's a very important mode. It decides what everything else looks like. So you're going to want to become very familiar with it. This is the mode that's for developers really. So we're going to become extra familiar with it. In fact, there's 2 entire chapters on layout mode. One is the beginner, and then we'll go into more advanced features that we use in layout mode. And then all throughout all the tutorials, we'll continually go and learn about new tools in layout mode that we haven't covered, such as portals and things will come later. So, how do you get into layout mode? Well, you simply go ahead and go to the view menu and choose layout mode. Now, really, the table view doesn't allow you to get into layout mode from this button over here. It says modify instead. So I'm going to switch to list view. You can see now it says edit layout. So we're going to edit the layout this way, same as the view menu. And you can see this looks more like what your browse mode looks like. This is not really what a table view looks like. My table view is something that just really takes the fields off the layout and puts them into browse mode into a spreadsheet-like format. But list view, on the other hand, will look like what you do in layout mode. So that's why I've switched to it and want to work with it that way. So let's start off with the status toolbar. First thing you see is the Rolodex, and this goes between your layouts. We can go to our first layout, which is our form view, and our second layout, which is our list view. You can type in the number of the layout and then hit enter. You can use a slider bar if you want. You've got a little icon here instead of a little pie chart thing that shows you how many records you have. You just have something indicating you're in layout mode. And then how many total layouts. In your status toolbar, you probably have this button for new layout report, which is also available under the layouts menu. Then you also have your arrow tool, probably your most commonly used tool because it allows you to click on things and select them, but we'll use it and go over it more later. We're just going to do a fairly brief overview of everything that's here. So that's your arrow tool. Think of a drawing program. There's your text tool, your line tool, your rectangle tool, your rounded rectangle tool, your oval tool, and here you have your field control tool. We'll go over that later. This is how you can play around with the fields and change all their settings. Here's your button tool. You have your tab control tool. Then you have your portal tool. This is for relationships. And probably everybody's favorite, the new charting tool that's new in FileMaker 11. Then you also have your web viewer. This is also very cool. You can actually put a web viewer think of your web browser. You can put it right into FileMaker and have it communicate with the fields inside of FileMaker. You might have as simple as a little field that's got the web page URL in it, and it simply talks to the web viewer and displays it right there. So you have a web browser right inside of FileMaker. Then you also have your field tool and your part tool. Now the field tool and the part tool are different than all these. These you click on and then move down here and do something with it. You can see I've got the crosshairs with the oval tool selected. But these you actually drag out. So they're a little bit different, but we'll get to those. In fact, we've already done a little bit with the field tool, but the part tool works kind of the same. And then you have your format painter tool. We'll get into the format painter. It's kind of a nifty little tool that allows you to take the formatting from one object and apply it to another. Makes life easy if you have a lot of formatting on it. You might have a field that might have bold or italics and be colored red and who knows how many things, and it's much easier to just copy from one field to another or any object to another object.